In the shadowy corners of ancient narratives, we find tales that challenge our moral compass and evoke deep questions about human nature and divine justice. One such story is the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, a tale so haunting that it has been retold and reinterpreted across millennia. The story is a vivid tapestry of hospitality, sin, justice, and mercy, woven with threads of divine intervention and human frailty. At its heart lies a fundamental question. What does it mean to be just, and what are the consequences of injustice? The narrative begins with two divine messengers arriving at the city of Sodom. Lot, Abraham's nephew, is sitting at the city gate, a place of public life and judicial activity. When he sees the strangers, he rises to greet them, bowing with his face to the ground. This act of humility and respect is a stark contrast to the city's impending doom. Lot, like his uncle Abraham, is known for his hospitality, a virtue highly regarded in ancient Near Eastern culture. He insists that the messengers stay at his home, offering them food and a place to rest. This gesture is not just polite. It is a protective act, a shield against the hostile environment outside. However, the city of Sodom is far from hospitable. As night falls, a mob gathers around Lot's house, demanding that he hand over the visitors so they can be subjected to gang rape. The demand is not just a violation of the host-guest relationship. It is a brutal act of violence and abuse. Lot, in a desperate attempt to protect his guests, offers his virgin daughters instead. This shocking offer is a testament to the lengths he will go to uphold his duty as a host, even at the cost of his own family's virtue. The mob, however, is not swayed. They scorn Lot's foreignness and his attempt to judge their behavior, a clear indication of their moral corruption. The messengers, who are divine beings, intervene to save Lot and his family. They blind the mob, allowing Lot to escape with his wife and two daughters. As they flee, the divine beings warn them not to look back, a command that Lot's wife tragically disobeys, turning into a pillar of salt. This transformation is both a judgment and a symbol of the devastating consequences of disobedience and the allure of the past. The destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah is a cataclysmic event. God rains down fire and brimstone, obliterating the cities and all their inhabitants. The imagery is vivid and terrifying, a stark reminder of divine retribution. Yet, in the midst of this destruction, there is a glimmer of mercy. God remembers Abraham and his plea for justice, sparing Lot and his family. This act of mercy is not a blanket exoneration of Lot's sins, but a recognition of his relative righteousness in a city of sinners. The aftermath of the destruction is as troubling as the event itself. Lot, now a refugee, flees to a small town called Zor. He is afraid to stay there and eventually retreats to a cave in the mountains, where he lives with his two daughters. In a disturbing turn of events, the daughters, fearing they will never find husbands, get Lot drunk and lie with him, each bearing a son. These sons, Moab and Ammon, become the ancestors of the Moabites and Ammonites, nations that will later conflict with Israel. This act of incest is a tragic consequence of the moral decay that has followed Lot from Sodom. The story of Sodom and Gomorrah is a complex narrative that defies simple moralizing. It is a tale of hospitality and violence, justice and mercy, sin and consequence. It challenges us to consider the nature of righteousness and the consequences of moral failure. The destruction of the cities is not just a divine act of punishment, but a warning about the importance of moral integrity and the protection of the vulnerable. In the end, the story leaves us with a profound question. How do we navigate the fine line between justice and mercy, between righteousness and survival? The tale of Sodom and Gomorrah is a timeless reminder that the choices we make have far-reaching consequences, and that the path of righteousness, though often difficult, is the only way to ensure a just and compassionate world. In conclusion, the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah is a powerful narrative that continues to resonate with modern readers, urging us to reflect on the nature of justice and the importance of moral integrity.